Over the years, Kenyan business owners have raised concerns over the long and tedious legal processes they have to follow to get their debts paid. A majority of them argue that they cannot seek legal redress for small amounts of money owed to them, making it harder for them to do business. However, since the establishment of the Small Claims Court, things are beginning to change, with claimants guaranteed their cases will be heard within 60 days, with almost 12,000 cases concluded in under 18 months, valued at 2.2 billion shillings. Faizal Ahmed looks at how the small claims courts work and how they are benefiting the SME sector.
Many SMEs in the country dread court cases for one reason: the time it takes to prosecute the cases lodged in court, with cases taking as long as 5 years to conclude. However, to address this, the judiciary, under the leadership of Chief Justice Martha Koome, rolled out an ambitious plan to establish various small claims court under the Small Claims Court Act of 2016. Under its mandate, the court has to hear and determine any matter before it within 60 days from the date that it was instituted. The courts are a relief for small and medium enterprises and content creators who struggle to get paid once work is done and delivered to their clients through either delays or denials.
There was a need to have specialized commercial courts where commercial disputes are heard in an expedited manner, because the complaint that was there for long was that commercial disputes were taking long in court, such that if for example, a small business files a case in court trying to enforce a contract, let's say valued 1 million, then the cost drags on for around 10 years. By the time you recover your 1 million, the value of your 1 million would have already depreciated.
One such beneficiary of the Small Claims Court is Esbon Njuguna, who runs a vehicle repair shop. Njuguna had some of his clients withhold money from his business for more than 5 years, and after taking the cases to the Small Claims Court, the said clients have agreed to make payments that will see him get paid for the services rendered.
Case number one, there's a company that orders, it was 525. This year, they committed, just within a month, they have committed to repaying 75,000 and some shillings for 6 months, just to clear that debt. Initially, getting them just to also pick calls was an issue. Yes. So now with the small courts, we are able to get that money, and the beauty about it is within 2-3 weeks, they're able to get mention, they listen, and judgment.
According to Harrison Karanja, who is an advocate and also represents Njuguna in court, out-of-court settlements are more common, making the conclusion of the cases much easier.
The law requires for cases to be concluded within 60 days. And my experience is majority of my cases have been concluded before the 60-day period. What is also unique about this court is that it encourages for the parties to try and settle out of court. So sometimes, as soon as you have filed your case, within 2 weeks, the other party has reached out to you and has told you, can we enter into a settlement?
The Kenya Private Sector Alliance has also welcomed the establishment of the 25 courts, stating that it is a game changer for the sector.
And we really want to thank the judiciary. Now they have this, we worked very together on the Small Claims Court, and that has really helped small businesses. Anyone claiming not more than 1 million shillings can go there and get justice in a very speedy time.
The pecuniary jurisdiction of the court is set at a ceiling of 1 million shillings as per the provisions of Section 12 of the Act. But Karanja says he has represented clients whose cases were valued for as little as 4,000 shillings.
So I have handled cases for as low as even 4,000 shillings. And most of these tend to be breach of contract. You had a contract with someone, you either paid for services or you expected to receive services, and there was a breach by the other party. So these are straightforward claims, I would call them. But in terms of more complex cases, I've handled cases all the way up to 1 million shillings.
And as Stella explains, this has reduced the number of cases in the main courts. So far, there are about 28,302 cases that have been filed at the Small Claims Court, and almost 12,000 cases having been concluded in a period of 18 months, valued at 2.2 billion shillings.
And we have finalized over 11,000 cases. So that is to say that in 1 year or so, we have cleared off about 11,000 cases. In the mainstream courts, because of the legal technicalities that bind those courts, such cases would take between 2 to 3 years to be finalized. So these ones are being concluded in under 60 days, within 60 days, and of course others might take longer because of other dynamics.
According to Stella, the main objective of the court is to guarantee the right of access to justice through timely disposal of proceedings and use of the least expensive method. The court seeks to offer equal opportunity to access judicial services, reduce case backlogs, and promote administration of justice. The courts are expected to increase the ease of doing business in Kenya as long as one has a valid contract. The courts determine any civil matter relating to contracts for sale and supply of goods and services, money held and received, set-offs and counterclaims on contractual claims, liability in damages, and compensation for personal injuries. Faizal Ahmed, Citizen TV, Nairobi.